She said it so casually, like she was asking what I wanted for dinner. I'm pregnant, but it might be yours or my ex's. And then she smiled. A nervous twitch at the corner of her mouth, like she was waiting for me to explode. I didn't. I just looked at her, the way you look at a candle that's about to burn out. Calm. Detached. Congrats, I said, voice steady, almost warm. She blinked, confused by the absence of chaos. Because that's what she expected. Rage, disbelief, begging. But I'd already learned how to hide a storm behind silence. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her voice looped in my head, slow and venomous. Pregnant. Might be yours, or my ex's. Every repetition sharpened the words into something surgical. By dawn, my heartbeat had slowed to something cold and precise. Love had left the room long ago. I was just the last one to notice. It started small. A password changed, a late-night shower, a faint perfume I didn't recognize. The signs had been there, scattered like breadcrumbs leading to a truth I refused to see. She'd laugh at texts that arrived too late to be innocent. She'd say, "It's just my friend from before me, before the vows, before the promises." And I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to, because believing her meant I wasn't a fool. But fools don't get to choose when the mask slips. That day, her confession, it wasn't courage, it was calculation. A preemptive strike before the truth came from someone else. She thought if she admitted half the sin, she could control the narrative. She didn't realize I was already writing my own version. I spent that evening sitting on the couch, staring at the ultrasound photo she'd left on the table. It wasn't the baby that haunted me, it was the handwriting on the back. For us, not for me. The distinction was small, but fatal. The next morning, I called my lawyer. Then I made another call, to a private lab 2 towns over. No confrontations, no shouting, just quiet arrangements. I played my part perfectly, the supportive husband, the man trying to work through it. She smiled more in those weeks than she had in months. She thought she'd won. I watched, listened, collected. Every late-night call she made in the bathroom, every deleted message I recovered from the cloud, every lie she told while looking me dead in the eyes. It was like living with a ghost who hadn't realized she was already dead to me. One evening, she placed my hand on her stomach and whispered, "Feel it? That's our baby." Our. Her voice cracked on the word, but she forced a smile to hide it. I smiled back. I even kissed her forehead. But inside, I felt nothing. Just a quiet click, like the final piece of a puzzle sliding into place. 3 weeks later, the envelope arrived. Plain white. No emotion, no hesitation. I waited until she left for her prenatal appointment before opening it. DNA results. Probability of paternity 0.00%. 0. An empty number that said everything words couldn't. I sat there for a long time, staring at that page. Not angry, not even sad, just free. When she came home, she found me at the kitchen table, the papers neatly stacked beside her coffee mug. She froze. The air between us thickened. I watched her eyes trace the words. Her lips trembled as understanding dawned. Then she looked at me, eyes wide, voice breaking. How could you? I didn't answer. I just slid the divorce papers across the table. The pen rolled toward her hand like an invitation to her own undoing. Her tears started fast, messy, uncoordinated. Apologies, excuses, denial. But I didn't move. I'd already left the marriage, I was just waiting for the paperwork to catch up. I told my lawyer to serve her on the day of her baby shower. Fitting, I thought. A celebration of a new beginning, just not the one she expected. When the knock came, I imagined her smile fading, the laughter stopping mid-sentence, the whispers spreading like smoke through the room. Her world collapsing in real time while pink balloons floated above her head. Later that evening, my phone rang. Her name flashed across the screen. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity is a cruel thing. Her voice was frantic, broken. "You can't do this to me. You have to pay child support. It's your responsibility." I let her speak, let her drown in her own panic. Then, quietly, I said, "No, it's not." Silence. Then a sob. Then the sound of her realizing she'd lost control. "I know who the father is," I said, "and so do you." She begged, screamed, threatened, but her words meant nothing now. She was shouting into an empty room. I'd already walked out of it. I sat in my car that night, engine off, the city's lights blurring through the windshield. There was no satisfaction, no triumph, just quiet. And in that quiet, something new. Peace, maybe? Or the absence of pain. I thought about the man she'd run back to, the one who left her once before. I wondered if he'd stay this time. It didn't matter, not anymore. I'd spent months pretending not to see the truth. Now, it was all I could see. Love isn't blind, it's just willfully ignorant. But ignorance has an expiration date. When the clock runs out, all that's left is clarity. And clarity, I've learned, is the most merciless kind of freedom. I deleted her number, closed my eyes, and whispered to no one, "Congrats."